What is going on, guys? Brent's Bricks back here with another Lego set review for you guys. This is the last of the 4 Hogwarts Moments sets that we've been reviewing here on this channel. This is the Herbology class, set number 76384. I think these Hogwarts Moments sets are all really great, and I'm sure I'm going to love this one just as much as I've loved the last 3. I think these sets are great because there's something different than we would usually get from anything else in the Harry Potter line. You know, maybe you're not the biggest Lego fan, but you love Harry Potter, and this is something you can just put next to your Harry Potter books on the shelf, and they look awesome. But with all that out of the way, let's get straight into the time lapse. So the first figure I'm going to show you guys from this set is the Cedric Diggory. This figure is as accurate as you can get to kind of what they're wearing in the movie. They do kind of have these trench coats, and I think they do the best they can on this figure without, you know, adding in a cape or something. I do think it would be cool to put a cape in there, but I think this makes it more simpler and makes it more accurate because they're not wearing capes, they're wearing trench coats. So I think this is as close as you can get as far as copying their outfits. The headphones piece kind of being a really good piece for their earmuffs they have to wear whenever they're in Herbology class, as well as the brown hands for the gloves. Cedric sort of has a Han Solo-y type of hairpiece, so that looks very nice. And around to the back, Cedric will have an alternate facial expression looking a little bit angry. They include a light brown wand for Cedric to hold. And other than that, that pretty much covers everything here with Cedric. And we will go ahead and talk about the Neville Longbottom in this set. He is going to be pretty much the same as Cedric as far as the torso goes. The legs, however, are going to be short legs instead of the mid legs, but the same color. Also going to have the same headphone piece used there as their earmuffs.
Longbottom's been neglecting his earmuffs.
No, ma'am. He's just fainted.
Yes, well, just leave him there. Right, on we go. Plenty of pots to go around.
Also has a dark brown wand. Neville has a pretty basic dark brown hairpiece, and if we turn him around to the back, he does have an alternate facial expression. For Neville's alternate facial expression, it is very nice, something that we don't always particularly see, something not so common in second facial expressions on figures. It's always nice to get a figure that isn't just, you know, a smile and then they're angry on the other side. This is a great one to throw in there, especially since this is a Chamber of Secrets version of Neville Longbottom. But other than that, that is basically everything for Neville Longbottom. Let's go ahead and move on to my favorite.
Morning, everyone. Good morning, everyone. Good morning.
And on to what I think is probably going to be the best minifigure in this set is the Professor Sprout. Now, if you do collect the Lego collectible minifigures, and if you've seen the recent line of Harry Potter CMFs, you will notice that the torso prints are almost identical. Just the only difference is the fading in the bottom of the torso print on the figure from the set versus the fading on the CMF version is going to be down at the bottom, just because the CMF version kind of has the dress piece depicting the kind of trench coat that they do wear in the classroom. It does have nice printing on the back. This Professor Sprout does not feature any leg printing, but it does have very nice dual molded legs. I think that looks just as nice, if not better, than just leg printing sometimes. And you will notice that they both have the same front face, however they do both include different alternate faces. The CMF version has a bit of a worried face, as if she had just watched Neville Longbottom pass out, and the version from the set just pretty much just has the same expression, except she just has an open mouth smile opposed to a closed mouth smile. All in all, Professor Sprout is definitely a very fantastic figure. Really nice torso print, dual molded legs, printing on the back, a really unique hair hat combo. I mean, all in all, the only thing that this figure is really missing is side arm printing, but to be honest, I don't even think the coats that they wear have any detailing on the side, so this is pretty much peak Professor Sprout right here. This is about as good as it gets. And moving along to the final build, I gotta say, going into this set, I thought that this would maybe be my least favorite, and honestly, it might even be my second favorite. I feel like the exterior just being this tan color makes it look not so exciting, but to be honest, it has maybe one of the best interiors out of all 4 of these sets. Let's go ahead and open it up and check that out. So opening this one up is really easy compared to all the other ones because there is only 2 side builds that you pull out from the top level here. We have a nice little planter area with 2 pumpkins. The pumpkin builds are actually very, very interesting because obviously this is coming off of the bottom of a plate. We have the jumper plates on top of this build as how they are in all the other sets. So to be able to put these pumpkins and things right there, normally you could not put a pumpkin on the bottom of a plate like this unless maybe you flipped it upside down. But who wants a pumpkin that's upside down? That doesn't look very good. So the way they attach those pumpkins to the bottom of that plate is they have you put a light green rod all the way through the middle. Then you're going to take this little round jumper plate here and attach it to that rod there, upside down. And then that is how they connect you to the bottom of that plate. Oh, and then they have you throw on a light green stud there to top off the detail. You have 2 of the regular green plants here and then a couple sand green ones as well. All in all, a super nice and clever build right here. And then of course you need a sink in your Herbology class, so this build right here is also a really, really clever one. I really, really like that gold faucet piece. Very, very nice side build, but the rest of the build is all attached to the set. And for the rest of the build, it is going to be very similar to the potions class. Rather than the other 2 sets with the hinges on the outside, we are going to see just one wall folding out from the center. Although in addition to just being able to fold out from the center here, this also has a couple more hinges integrated there to where you can pose this wall in a few different ways, which is very, very nice. Speaking of this wall, it also looks fantastic from the outside as well as the inside, which is something that can't really be said about the potions class. That one is sort of basically just looks best on one side rather than this set looking good from both sides of each wall, which is a really, really good quality of this one. Moving into this section on sort of the inside of the spine, we have some really nice detailing with a couple plants, got a shovel, and this light does hinge down there, so that is very, very nice. We have very good detailing applied there without using a sticker, so that's always nice. This set might have the least amount of stickers, but it does have one of the more tricky ones to put on. If we look at this clear door right here, I'll try to get you a better look. Right here, we have this Be Aware sticker. We also have the same exact sticker on the other side. That being said, you really do have to really be careful lining these up. I felt like I did a pretty good job, maybe not perfect, but you do have to line those stickers up pretty much right on top of each other to really, really get that to look perfect. And there's a train flying by my house right now. I don't know if you were able to hear that train or not, but it has passed. Anyhow, so this sticker is something to kind of keep in mind when getting this set. You want to really make sure you kind of just line up that corner right next to that corner and just really try to straighten it out as best you can. It's a bit of a tricky one, but with great skill and dedication, I believe you will be okay. So I guess you can say this is a sticker to be aware of. Moving along to this left wall here, we do have a table that folds down, which is really, really nice because, you know, you have a lot of these sets have 3 or 4 side builds that get stored up top when you have it all closed, and it is really nice that this simply just folds out. Moving on over to this cupboard area here, we have one of my favorite details of this set. If we go ahead and open these up, I'll go ahead and get you a closer look. Inside of this cupboard, we actually have a nice sticker, or rather a section of this whole sticker showing some detailing of some pots and maybe some plant food up in there. I think that is super amazing and a great use of sticker detailing on a set. If there was an award for best sticker on a Lego set, I really think this one should probably win. I mean, that is really good. I mean, that is
I think it's brilliant.
Moving up to the top, we have another very nice sticker with some overgrowing plants sort of covering up that Hufflepuff crest. And if we go ahead and flip the whole build over to the other side, like I said, this outside part of the wall looks absolutely fantastic, and we have two really nice stickers here. Moving in a little bit closer, you can see the character in the window. I believe that is the Fat Friar. I'm not 1000% sure on that, so don't quote me, but I think that's supposed to be the Fat Friar. And we finally got some new book prints that are not the Wingardium Leviosa, same prints that we've been getting for pretty much every single Harry Potter spellbook now for a long time. So we now have a new print for the Potions class Transfiguration, and here with the Herbology print, looking very, very nice. This is pretty much everything together how they want you to set it up on the front of the box. And right there on the front of the box, kind of showing how they have everything set up. Looking something like that. I've just stumbled upon something that I actually find hilariously just shocking. They have Neville passed out. He has an alternate face, like a passed out face. And they just don't use it on the box art right there. Like, I don't know, that just doesn't make sense to me. Like, they literally made his alternate face a passed out expression. Call me crazy. Maybe they just didn't want him to look like he was dead on the back of the box, but I'm pretty sure like everybody is familiar with the scene where he passes out. I don't know how many people would assume that he would be dead, but it's like, why have that extra face if on the back of the box you don't display it? I mean, he's obviously passed out, but they don't use his extra face. I just turned the box around and I saw that, and I just thought it was kind of hilarious that they have that face and they have him passed out lying on the ground on the back of the box, but they just have his regular face. Kind of weird. And just to kind of show you another way that you can set this up just by changing the angles in the wall and changing the builds around, you can really make this set look awesome. The inside of this set is, I think, hands down the best one out of all of these sets. It's really kind of a sleeper. From the outside of the book, it just looks kind of boring. Tan, you know, not much going on. But the inside just packs so much detail. I mean, and it really is the best of both worlds. I mean, you have good sticker detail, but just all of the detailing in the wall, the windows, these textured bricks, these kind of great pieces right here, the detailing up top right here. I mean, you really have good techniques of adding detail with stickers and with actual pieces in this set. I mean, this interior is amazing. I will go ahead and show you how everything goes when it is folded back up. A nice thing about this mandrake right here that I did forget to show you, I believe it's the same that we've seen before. I'm not sure this is any different from previous mandrakes, but it does have a spot for this. Sets right on that jumper plate right there, and when you do fold these up, you do have enough clearance on the inside of the door there for that mandrake, so it's not bumping up against anything, and you can still close that up nice and square. And for the two builds, when you throw those on there, this sink piece just goes on there like that, and then you just attach all of our plants right here to those two studs right there, and then you close the whole thing up, and that is it. So this probably has, not only is it the best interior, but it's probably the easiest to put back together and to take apart. And then obviously, as I showed you earlier, this set, just like all the others, has the jumper plates on top, which makes it super convenient for placing all your minifigures on top when you're all done. And there it is with all the minifigures placed on top. Let's go ahead and move back over to the build table to talk about the final opinion. Taking a quick look at the instruction manual, just like all the other Hogwarts Moments sets, this does have a unique color to the pages in relation to the set that it is. For example, the potions class had like a light green. This being Hufflepuff, it kind of has a pastel yellow looking color. It's always nice to see LEGO do something different with the instruction manuals. And the back 2 pages are the same in all the other sets. And just like for the other 3 sets, these sets have amazing box art. I really do like how they display the set from the book formation, and then it shows a small picture as to what it looks like opened up. And then on the back, they turn it sideways, and they have that art all the way across the back of the box, making that look really, really nice. I think LEGO does a very, very good job at selling this set with the box art. And yeah, really good box. Just got this little bit of hair that just will not go back in my hair tie. I look like I'm trying to grow like a Jedi apprentice braid or something. All right, and for the final opinion on this set, honestly, it's going to be a solid 9.5, 10 out of 10 for me. I think all 4 of these sets are solid 9.5s out of 10. The only reason I don't give it a perfect 10 out of 10 is, yeah, maybe some people might argue that they're a little overpriced. But to be honest, I think $30 is a great price for these. I think for the amount of stuff that you get, for the amount of pieces, minifigures, and all that, I think $30 is a good price. So basically, in terms of scoring these sets as on if they're worth it or if I would buy them, I think they all sit about even with me. I bought them all myself. I think it's very worth it to buy all 4 of them. And to be honest, even though I could probably pick a favorite and rank these, I think they're all even with me in terms of just being genuinely good sets. Yeah, I gotta say, these all look fantastic next to each other. I mean, just the different ways you can orient these things. I mean, you can set all of them up like this. You can sort of just lean one up against the rest of them. Maybe just turn one completely to the side like that. If stacking them like this is your thing and that fits better on your shelf, you can do it this way. And like I said before, I think you can get away with, you know, maybe buying just one of these sets. Like if you can just pick a favorite out of all 4 of these and just buy that one and be cool with it, that's fine. But if you buy 2, then you're gonna have half of them, then you'll end up buying them all. So to be honest, if you're gonna get more than one of these, you might as well get them all and complete the collection. Once you have them all built next to each other, I think they all look super, super awesome, but I honestly don't know which one of these is my favorite. To be honest, I think I'll just have to answer that question in a separate video. I'll probably end up doing a comparison of all 4 sets and then ranking which one is my favorite and which one is my least favorite. But that pretty much wraps it up for this review. Thank you all so much for watching. I'm kind of glad to be done with this series of Harry Potter reviews because I'm really looking forward to doing more Star Wars stuff. I feel like my Star Wars reviews have been kind of my better received videos, so trust me, Star Wars is definitely my favorite theme, and I definitely have a ton more Star Wars sets to review for you guys. And I do recommend all 4 of these Hogwarts Moments sets, and if you can find the strength to only pick one that's your favorite and you can live with that, that's cool too. But I do know for a person like me who's a huge Harry Potter fan, it was very hard to resist not buying all 4. Thank you all so much for watching, liking, commenting, subscribing, all that good stuff. You all are amazing. And remember, never stop building.